Your long distance girlfriend may secretly hate you. Okay, brothers, in this video, we're gonna talk all about long distance relationships and specifically long distance relationships where you are in the Western world that has economic abundance and your woman is in some country that's economically struggling, such as Thailand, Indonesia, maybe Russia, not that they're struggling, but any country, Ukraine, any country that has some kind of instability. If you're dating a woman from that country, I want to talk to you and have a brother to brother, kind of like a big brother talk to you to make sure that you're not getting hustled. Because lately I've been talking to too many men who have been telling me that they're having relationships overseas, and in my head, I'm like, oh, bro, you're careful. I think you're being hustled, bro. So in this video, we're going to break down how to determine whether your long distance girlfriend really loves you or she's just looking at you like a passport or as money. So let's start with this. If you're not able to attract women in your direct vicinity, why are you believing that this woman all the way across the ocean and halfway across the world finds you so attractive? At the back of your mind, you know that part of the reason she's talking to you is because of your passport, because you can give her a way out. Now, women are designed to have this vulnerability and that exploits, like, men are naturally designed to like want to save a woman. Women understand this. So if I'm a woman in some impoverished country and I see no way out, what I can do is I can go on these dating apps and then contact you and pretend that I like you and then play the vulnerable little damsel in distress. Oh, and then I send you stories. Oh, my mother's in the hospital. Oh, I have this son and I'm a single mom and I need to pay for him for school. I don't have money. And I can play this little victim, right? And she plays on your heartstrings. And then you start sending her money. First, you start just sending her a little bit of money, but then you start sending her more money. I have guys sending women money to help renovate their house, help them build a new section to their house. All these things. Guys, you're being hustled. Here's a simple way to not get hustled by women overseas. Cut off any money exchange. You want to really see if this girl likes you? Don't send any money. Don't have any money involved, and then see how nice she continues being to you. Now see if she continues talking to you. So if you're involved in some kind of long distance relationship, you need to test the woman. You need to cut off the money and then, maybe test some other things. Tell her, hey, I know that we were planning to move you here to the United States, but you know what? I got a bright idea. How about I move to Indonesia instead? And then see how she reacts to that. And side note, I don't mean to offend anyone from any of these countries, but these are generally the countries that this is happening, right? A lot of white guys are dating these Asian women. So the next piece of this is this. If you're having an overseas relationship with one of these women and there has been some money exchange involved, take your heart out of it, because you're setting yourself up to be heartbroken because you're getting all emotionally attached to this woman that's essentially using you, and she's eventually going to break your heart. Here's a story for you. A long time ago, I took a surfing trip to Hawaii and I booked an Airbnb. And the owner of the Airbnb was this guy in his mid 50s. Now, the guy had had a stroke. So he talked kind of like this, and his energy was like this, right? He was a really nice guy, but he had had a stroke. And anyways, he told me his story. He's like, dude, I dated this, I think it was a Thai woman. I met her from overseas. I brought her over. We got married. She was the sweetest thing. Then we had a kid. And then after she got her papers, she fucking basically just ditched his ass. You see? So she hustled him. And this type of shit is happening every single fucking day. Now, I'm not feeling sorry for that guy or guys like it, because he was a dumbass. You're being a dumbass if you're in the back of your mind, you're doing something wrong, but you're in denial. I'm here to say, wake up. Wake up. Here's another flaw to these men's plans who are like, I'm going to get a girl who's in a bad situation, bring her over here, save her. We all want to save a girl, right? You know what's going to happen aside from the fact that once she gets her papers, she might flip on you and ruin your life? Here's the second part to this. Men who try to buy a wife, essentially that's what you're doing. Let's just say what it is. You're trying to buy a wife, are men who don't have game. So you're not able to attract women in your vicinity, AKA you don't have your game down. And so what you're doing is you're trying to buy your way into the game instead. Well, that's going to come back and bite you in the ass, because what I tell guys is this: make sure you date a lot of women before you get into a long-term relationship, and especially before you get married, because being in a long-term relationship and handling a woman is a skill. And the only way to learn that is to deal with a lot of women and to have been in long-term relationships. The thing that you have to learn and master is that a woman is designed to take your balls. So if you have game and then you get a quality woman, she's going to keep trying to take your balls. Every woman does. That's just their nature, right? Their nature is to test your strength. Well, if you have experience, you can keep your balls. But if you haven't mastered the game and then you get a woman, even if she was this sweet little tiny Asian woman from the other side of the world and she was so sweet to you, even her, every woman is a gangster. I've said that in my other videos. Every woman's a gangster. Every woman can take your balls if you don't have game. So even this sweet girl, if she arrives and you get married and then she's sitting there and she's like, wait a sec, this guy doesn't understand women. This guy doesn't even know how to keep control of the relationship. She will take your balls. And even if she was genuine in wanting to love you, genuine in wanting to build a life with you, if you have no game and then she takes your balls, basically she's going to feel like, oh shit, this isn't even a man. I want a man. This guy's a bitch. I took his balls. There they are on the shelf right there. He asks for permission all the time from me. He's scared of me. I got his balls. I'm not happy. I want a man. I need a man, not a bitch. So then she'll end up leaving you anyways, or cheating. So my message for you here on this little rant is, don't try to buy your way into the game. You can't. You have to earn it. Mastery with women can only be earned. That's why seducers have so much respect, because intuitively, you know that that guy earned it. He did not buy his way into it. Here's another thing I want you to understand about women, and especially if you have this concept like, oh, the women in the East are so gentle and innocent and sweet, in contrast to the women in the West who are more like, strong. Bro, even the women in the East, all women are the same fundamentally. I always talk about the fundamental nature of women. I don't care what country or culture we're talking about. A woman is a woman is a woman. And one thing I've grown to learn about women is women are level-headed when it comes to love. Men are the more sentimental ones that are naive and get swept away. Women, as sweet as she is, as melty as she looks, inside her head, inside her logic, she's super clear-headed, level-headed. She's looking and she has all this list of things. Okay, he has this much money. He has these habits. She's level-headed, bro. She's so level-headed. So don't be deceived thinking that, oh, this woman loves me so much. She's just going to stay with me no matter what. No, bro. No. She will stay with you as long as it serves her to stay with you. But if she sees that you're broke, she sees that you're a bitch, she sees other things about you that she doesn't like, she's going to leave. Or she's going to stay and make your life hell. Because when a woman loses respect for her man and she doesn't feel like leaving the relationship because that's, too much of a pain in the ass, okay, she'll stay and ride your ass until there's nothing left. So what I'm trying to say to you is, bro, you're better off facing the game, dealing with your weak spots, and becoming a true seducer before you settle down with a woman, whether it's locally or you brought her from some other country. Because if you don't got game, it's potentially going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars in alimony, divorce, and then the psychological abuse of you having to deal with an ex-wife and fighting over your kid. Like, it's a lot more expensive than you think. Women are not the helpless, innocent victims they're making themselves out to be. What they're actually doing is hustling you. Now, again, I'm not making a blanket statement that all these women are doing that and women are, no, but I'm saying the subset of women who are running this like a business are manipulating you. Again, you want to test her? Cut off all the money. Tell her, hey, you know what? I lost all my money. Do you still love me? I'm not going to send you any more money. Oh, by the way, I just lost all my money. Oh, by the way, I'm thinking of moving to your country instead of bringing you to my country. Do all those things and see if she still talks to you. Here's another story for you. So, I had a relationship that was very bad and always full of fighting and all this shit, right? It was toxic. And after that girl broke up with me, we stayed friends for a while. And one day she said something, this was after we broke up, that really just like, oh, it was a fucking dagger, man. She looked at me with a sparkle in her eye and a smile on her face. And she's like, yeah, I used to control you through guilt. I was easy. Anytime I wanted something from you, I'd just make you feel sorry for me. And then you would do whatever I wanted. And she was like proud of it, you know? And I'm like, motherfucker. In that moment, my whole perception shifted. I'm like, holy shit. The whole time in that relationship, I was looking at her like this helpless little victim, this little damsel in distress. Let me save her, right? All the while, she was being a calculated victim. Let's say that again. She was being a calculated victim in a way to manipulate me. My man, the man wants to save the vulnerable woman, right? She was doing it in a calculated way to manipulate and control me. What I'm telling you in this video is the women you're talking to overseas that there's probably money involved. She's doing the same thing. Oh, this country. Oh, my family. Oh, my mother's in the hospital. Oh, my son needs this. Oh, I need that. Calculated victim. That is manipulation, my friend. And if you're falling into it, you're the dope. And my final point is this. Women's biggest need is the need for security. In this world, security means money. If a woman is talking to you from some economically poor country or a country that has political instability, she's talking to you because of money. You know this even if you're not admitting it to yourself. So if you're going to enter into a business deal, at least admit to yourself that that's what you're doing. You're buying a wife. If you want to buy a wife, but at least admit that that's what you're doing and be ready for any potential repercussions. Human beings are amazing actors, and you never know her the way you think you do. She could flip on you a complete 180 once she has what she wants. So, in conclusion, I don't mean to be negative. I know I'm not making blanket statements here. All I'm saying is, bro, cover your bases, make sure you're not being hustled, and I love you, and I'm here to protect my brothers. I'm a stand for my brothers. I want you to find true love. I want you to find a woman who truly loves you, and I definitely don't want you to be hustled. I know that you have some loneliness in your heart. You want to fill that with a girl that you love and who loves you. And I wish the best for you. And so I'm saying all of this stuff from a place of love. I want you guys to always write me and say, hey, Jad, I met my dream girl. I'm getting married. I just had a kid. I'm so happy. All right. So I'm just looking out for you, bro. Watch out. Don't be naive. Question. And don't let denial get the best of you. All right. You deserve the best. Don't tolerate anything less than the best. And part of getting hustled is a worthiness issue. I'm telling you, you're worthy of an amazing woman, and you don't need to settle for being manipulated or used in order to get one. You can get one without subjecting yourself to such things. All right, brothers, if you like this video, make sure you tell your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next.